The richest man in the world is about to lose everything, not metaphorically. Actually broke, Elon Musk is worth $200 billion on paper. But paper wealth evaporates fast when it's built on leverage and ego, and Musk's empire is held together by both. Tesla stock is overvalued by 400%. Twitter loses $4 billion per year. SpaceX is his only profitable company, but it can't cover the bleeding from everything else. By 2027, Elon Musk could go from richest man alive to just another failed billionaire. Here's exactly how it happens. Our story begins with understanding what Elon actually owns. He doesn't have $200 billion in cash. Almost none of it is liquid. His wealth is Tesla stock. He owns 13% of Tesla at $800 per share. That's about $160 billion. He owns roughly 50% of SpaceX, valued at $180 billion. That's another $90 billion. He owns Twitter, which he bought for $44 billion and is now worth maybe $10 billion. He's lost $34 billion on Twitter already. Add it up, and you get $200 billion in assets. Sounds great until you understand the leverage. Musk borrowed heavily against his Tesla shares to buy Twitter. He pledged a significant portion of his Tesla stock as collateral for loans. The exact amount isn't public, but estimates suggest he's borrowed $30 to $40 billion. This is called margin debt. As long as Tesla stock stays high, the loans are fine. But if Tesla crashes, he gets margin called. The banks force him to sell shares to cover the loans, which drives the price down more, which triggers more margin calls. It's a death spiral. And Tesla is massively overvalued, which means a crash is not unlikely. It's inevitable. Let's talk about Tesla's valuation. Tesla is worth $800 billion. That makes it worth more than Toyota, Volkswagen, Ford, and GM combined. But Tesla sells 1.8 million cars per year. Toyota sells 10 million. The entire global auto industry combined sells 80 million cars per year. Tesla is 2% of global car sales, but 50% of the industry's market cap. This makes no mathematical sense unless you believe Tesla will dominate the entire auto industry, plus robotics, plus energy, plus AI. That's the bull case. But the reality is very different. Tesla's competitive advantages are disappearing. For years, Tesla was the only good electric vehicle. Not anymore. Every automaker now makes EVs. Mercedes, BMW, Hyundai, Kia. Even Chinese companies like BYD are making better, cheaper EVs. BYD sold more EVs than Tesla in 2025, and they cost half as much. Tesla's technology lead is gone. Their build quality is mediocre. Their customer service is terrible. The only thing keeping people buying Teslas is the brand, and Musk has been destroying the brand. Elon's politics alienated half his customer base. Tesla buyers are largely urban liberals who care about the environment. Musk spent 2024 and 2025 backing Trump and posting right-wing content on Twitter. Tesla sales in California dropped 15% in 2025. That's Tesla's biggest market. Surveys show 40% of potential Tesla buyers won't buy because of Musk's politics. He chose political engagement over business sense, and it's costing Tesla billions in lost sales. But it gets worse. The full self-driving promise is a lie. Musk has promised full autonomous driving since 2016, said it would be ready next year. Every year, it's 2025, and Teslas still can't drive themselves. Meanwhile, Waymo has actual self-driving cars operating in multiple cities. Without drivers, Tesla is years behind. But Tesla's valuation assumes they'll dominate autonomous driving. If they don't, the stock should be worth a tenth of current price. And they won't, because the technology isn't there and Musk lied about the timeline to pump the stock. Now, Twitter, Musk bought it for $44 billion in 2022. It's now worth $10 billion. He's lost $34 billion, but the losses continue. Twitter makes $4 billion per year in revenue, costs $8 billion to operate. That's $4 billion in losses annually. Musk fired 80% of the staff to cut costs. It didn't work. Ad revenue collapsed because advertisers fled. They didn't want their brands next to Nazi content and conspiracy theories. Musk told them to go fuck themselves on stage. They did. And they're not coming back. Musk keeps trying to make Twitter profitable through subscriptions. Twitter Blue costs $8 per month, but only 1% of users pay. That's maybe 2 million subscribers. 16 million per month, 192 million per year. Twitter still loses $3.8 billion even with subscriptions. He needs Twitter to make money, or it drains his other companies. But it won't make money. The product is worse. The user base is shrinking. Competitors like Threads and Bluesky are growing. Twitter is dying, and Musk's ego won't let him admit it. SpaceX is his only success. It's genuinely profitable and technologically impressive. But SpaceX can't save him. SpaceX makes about $4 billion in profit per year. That's real money. But Twitter loses $4 billion per year. They cancel out. And SpaceX is private. Musk can't easily sell shares to cover losses elsewhere. His wealth from SpaceX is locked up. He could take SpaceX public to access that capital, but going public means losing control, and Musk's defining trait is needing total control. He won't give it up even to save himself. So, here's the timeline to broke. Tesla's stock is at $800 as of late 2025. It should be at $200 based on actual earnings and sales. The only reason it's higher is hype and Musk's cult of personality. But that's fading. In 2026, as recession deepens and EV sales slow and competition increases, Tesla's stock starts falling. It drops to 600, then 500, then 400. At 400, Musk gets his first margin call. The banks demand he pay down loans or provide more collateral. He can't pay because his wealth is all stock, so he sells Tesla shares to cover. That drives the price down more, to 300. Another margin call. More forced selling. Death spiral begins. By mid-2027, Tesla is at $200 per share. This is what it should have been worth all along, but now the fall has happened. Musk's 13% stake is now worth about $30 billion. He owes $30 to $40 billion in loans. His net worth from Tesla is zero, or slightly negative. Twitter is still losing $4 billion per year. He has burned through another $8 billion on Twitter in 2026 and 2027. His SpaceX stake is worth $90 billion, but it is locked up and he can't access it without selling the company or taking it public. He won't do either. He tries to borrow against space, but banks are hesitant. They've seen what happened with Tesla. They don't want to be holding the bag when SpaceX's valuation corrects, because SpaceX is also overvalued. It's worth $180 billion based on future expectations, not current profits. If they only made $4 billion per year forever, the company should be worth $40 billion, not $180. The valuation assumes massive growth, launch costs going to zero, Starlink dominating satellite internet, Mars colonization. These are uncertain. Banks won't lend as aggressively against SpaceX as they did against Tesla. Musk faces a choice: sell SpaceX or declare bankruptcy. Selling SpaceX means losing control of the one company that actually works. His ego can't accept that, so he tries to hold on. But Twitter keeps bleeding. Tesla stock does unrecover because the company is just a car company now, and car companies are unworth $800 billion. He's forced to sell his remaining Tesla shares, then some SpaceX shares. The sales are desperate and publicized. His mystique is gone. The meme lord billionaire who could do anything is now just another over-leveraged entrepreneur who bet wrong. By late 2027, here's where he is. Tesla stock sold off. Twitter shut down or sold for pennies. SpaceX partially sold to raise cash. Net worth, maybe $20 billion, which sounds rich, and it is. But he's not the richest man in the world. He's not even top 20. His wealth is below where it was in 2018. He's lost 90% from peak. For all practical purposes, he's broke by billionaire standards. He can't maintain his lifestyle, can't fund vanity projects, can't influence politics with money. He's just another rich guy. Not special anymore. Now, is this guaranteed to happen? No. Musk could pivot. He could admit Twitter was a mistake and sell it. Cut his losses, focus on Tesla and SpaceX. Fix Tesla's brand by shutting up about politics. Underpromise and overdeliver instead of the reverse. But Musk's ego won't allow this. He can't admit mistakes. He can't be told he's wrong. Every criticism makes him double down. This personality trait has driven his success. It will drive his downfall. The people who will say I'm wrong will point to his past comebacks. Tesla nearly went bankrupt in 2018. Musk saved it. But that was different. Tesla in 2018 was undervalued and had technology advantages. Tesla in 2026 is overvalued and losing competitive advantages. Past performance doesn't predict future results when fundamentals change. Musk had momentum then. He has headwinds now. They'll say SpaceX proves he's a genius and can't fail. SpaceX is impressive, but one success doesn't make someone infallible. Plenty of entrepreneurs build great companies then destroy themselves with ego and overreach. Howard Hughes, John DeLorean, Elizabeth Holmes. Success breeds hubris. Hubris breeds mistakes. Mistakes breed failure. Musk is following that pattern. The final argument is that Musk is too big to fail, that his companies are too important for governments to let them collapse. This might be true for SpaceX, national security, but nobody's bailing out Twitter, and Tesla is just a car company. If it fails, someone else makes EVs. The world continues. Musk is not indispensable. His companies might be valuable, but he personally is not irreplaceable, and that's what his ego can't accept. So yes, Elon Musk will be broke by 2027. Not living on the street broke, but broke by billionaire standards. His wealth will have evaporated because it was always built on overvaluation and leverage and cult of personality. When those three things collapse, as they inevitably do, so does the fortune. We're watching in real time. The richest man in the world losing everything because he couldn't control his ego. It's the oldest story in business, and it's happening again. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments if you think I'm right or completely wrong. And subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching.